Live from the digital Dookie Fire, it's the Geek Show.
Coming up on the program today, all the latest news, your new trailers, and we're going to explain streaming to you guys, well, parts of it anyway, on this episode of Geek Show. There we go. We're all here, believe it or not. We are all here.
Yeah, we are.
If you're watching us on the
Lee's
YouTube,
a ghost.
you can't see Lee George Cade. You can hear him, but yeah, he's Zordon. He's recovering from this massive plastic surgery that he's had. He's always wanted to look like Robert Stack, and he's in the healing phase. He doesn't want us, he doesn't want us to see it as it goes. He wants to just appear as his new.
I want it to be a surprise to all of you. I got my voice done too.
Beautiful.
He will be handsome.
Can't wait.
Yes.
All right.
It'll be an unsolved mystery.
But the rest of us are here. There's Tony. I can see him. I can see Rebecca's there. Jay Whitaker is there. Hi, Jay.
What's up?
How
My
are
video's
you?
slightly on a delay, but I'm still here.
But he's here. He's on assignment. All
And
right.
people want to know why we were so late coming in. We're just an actual dumpster fire of a video broadcast right now.
Man. If the
And our
Venture
host, Carrie
Brothers.
Jackson.
Oh, hi.
That's right.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. All right.
If the Venture Brothers did a video, if the Venture Brothers did a video podcast, this is what it would be like.
This is what it would be, yes. Let's begin. We got some new trailers this week, and let's begin with the Flash trailer. It's called the Final Trailer. If you go online, you can look for it under Final Trailer. And we're getting more and more. Tony, you have the philosophy you don't want to watch any trailers because you don't want any,
I will always do the first one. But after that, they start adding more and more spoilers in, and I'm usually like, okay, I want to watch it for the first time in the theater.
Here's what I'm advising everyone: if you want to go into this movie spoiler free, do not watch this final trailer.
Check.
It's too much.
They do. They put in the plot line essentially. I mean the whole thing. It's. I wonder what the surprises are going to be.
They're
Did they
so
put in any
insecure about
cameos?
this movie.
They put in some cameos, but not the one, and I'm not going to mention the name of the person. But the director even dropped this major cameo.
I saw a headline that said Flash director drops major cameo, and as soon as I got to that point, I moved. I was like,
good.
Nope, not
That
gonna
was
do
the smart thing.
Away.
Because I read it. I read what it is.
I read it too.
You did too.
Well, I read it because I was thinking, because I had read something about a different cameo that I had seen talked about on Twitter. So I went to that article and it talked about an entirely different cameo. There's
guys.
2 cameos.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
And they're just throwing it out there. I mean, they did this before with Wonder Woman in the Shazam movie, right?
I mean, the worst. I think the most egregious example of this is probably one of the later Terminator movies. I think it was the last one where they show in the trailer the big twist that John Connor is now infected with the Terminator nanobots and is the bad guy in the movie. And it's like, that was supposed to be the twist halfway through.
I will say this: we did get a really good look at Supergirl in action in her costume, and
Exciting!
That
She
made
looks
me
so
very
cool.
happy.
The best Kara L costume, hands down.
Really cool looking, yeah.
And she just looked great doing the Supergirl thing. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. So that's June 16th in theaters.
But nothing else. No, I'm not looking forward to anything else.
It
in
turns
this
out
movie.
I can't wait
just
for
Googled it.
Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah,
You just Googled the spoiler?
Well, yeah, it's Ezra Miller going back in time to save his actual career for this movie. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Judging by the amount of times he's done things to mess up his career, he's probably gone back numerous times and just keeps failing.
I mean,
Run, Ezra, run.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Try
after
again,
watching
bud.
this trailer, I can see why the movie company wanted to save them from themselves, because it looks like it's going to be huge. I mean, it looks like it's going to be actually good.
Well, because you got Stephen King. He's like, I don't know nothing about superhero movies, but wow, the Flash movie was something special. And then somebody was like, James Gunn, is this true? And James Gunn was like, hell yeah, it is.
Yep.
And I'm like, Stephen King and James Gunn, no.
Wait, so
It's a Mighty Marvel team up.
wait a minute. So if if Ezra can go back and save his career multiple times, can't Jonathan Majors like Kang himself and just like do the same thing?
Go for it. Yeah.
I would
That's
hope
what he's
because
doing. He's trying to go through every MCU, every universe where there is an MCU, and
There's
just
got to
destroy
be a
it.
variant where
because
Jonathan Majors is.
exactly because he's so good in that Quantumania
Oh my
movie.
goodness, he's great.
Yeah. Anyway, another trailer that we got. This one got me very, very excited because, well, it's my two favorite Star Treks meeting each other. It was so cool to see
exciting.
this.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
It's
So
the
beautiful.
it's the
So
latest.
beautiful.
She's amazing, isn't she? Strange New Worlds new trailer. It teases the Lower Decks crossover episode. Now, when they said, "How are you going to do a Lower Decks crossover episode?" I said, "Well, they get the people who do the voices for the cartoons and have them play themselves because
That's
they look
awesome.
like the characters." You know,
I love that Boimler can't say "live long and prosper."
No.
and God forbid we have humor in Star Trek, right?
Oh gosh.
People are complaining about that, but
That's a
it's-
sharp-looking costume.
It looks
in live
real good.
in live
And-
action. That's an
Yeah.
amazing costume.
It looks just like the cartoon. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm so
I
excited.
are they going to say they're from the Cerrito?
the Cerritos. Yeah, I think
have
they
to.
are.
So-
Are we gonna
so
get real
this-
Cerrito? Are we gonna get live
This
action
is
Cerrito?
this is directly from Modiphius, who does the role playing games. That the California class of starship, which the Cerrito is one of, is
Cerritos
a
on a square.
the Cerritos is one of probably several dozen California class ships, and they are canon in the Star Trek timeline. So
And they're all named after cities in California.
right. So when you see the USS Santa Barbara, realize it's much better than the Cerritos.
Whoa.
Hey, that's
Hey,
some,
Santa Barbara's
some
got its own
shade
idea,
right there.
right? So like
Exactly.
Cerritos, California.
What I want to know is in the last episode of Picard, where was the Cerritos in that in that
It may not have
formation
been
of the
there.
ships?
May not have been in commission anymore because
Oh, that's true.
The Cerritos is in commission like right after Insurrection.
Yeah,
So it
that's
would've been-
because that's where the Lower Decks timeline essentially is.
Yeah,
is-
yeah,
is-
because Riker's not brand new to being captain of the
Yeah.
Titan, but he's
So it would have been like 30 years later or whatever.
so the question is
No.
how do we get these guys back in time to the Strange New Worlds
Yeah,
time because that takes place before the original series.
exactly.
Well,
That sounds like you guys are asking a lot of questions.
there's a handy ex machina in Star Trek called a transporter, which they're on,
Yeah,
which
Yes.
can cause all kinds of mischief.
Mm-hmm.
So
So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be just terrific. And of course,
I like it.
you got
USS Vacaville.
the vodka because you got Jack Quaid there, and of course Tawny Newsome
Oh man.
playing their roles. That's just going to be great. All right, the next trailer that we got.
The
is-
USS Lompoc.
I'm sure that they're there.
Yeah.
The Anaheim has got to be there. Anyway,
Yeah. That's the fancy one.
Oh no, Jay, your camera stopped recognizing your face.
oh no,
This is the
there we go.
Over here, over here.
this is the episode that
Over here,
technology
Bear.
forgot.
They're over here.
The best
I don't
thing
know
about the
what's going
USS
on.
the best thing about the USS Anaheim though is that they actually have a churro machine right outside of the holodeck.
Right
Oh,
outside.
that sounds glorious. Sign me up.
So the next trailer that we got, which kind of stole the internet this week, was the new Barbie trailer.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
I just loved that part.
Making that my
when
entire personality now.
That's when that went from a movie I wanted to see to a movie I have to see. It's just that
Exactly.
line alone. That and the flat feet bit.
That and we got a little bit further of a look into what the Barbie movie is going to be, and I just like to refer to it as an existential doll crisis movie. But we saw Will Ferrell in the trailer. We got to see a bunch of stuff, and my favorite part, Kate McKinnon doing her best, Matrix thing, where you have to choose between the high heel or the sandal.
Not only just a sandal, but a Birkenstock. And so
Birkenstock.
now, literally, every time I put on my Birkenstocks, I have an existential crisis.
I was just glad they actually represented my sister's Barbie, the one that had the bad haircut and the
I think that's the
marker
one-
all over her face.
I
yeah.
think that's the one that's like ostracized from Barbie Land. And so that's why Barbie goes to talk to her about the real world, because she's
Exactly.
like, I've been to the real world.
I've
Yeah.
seen things.
I've seen things you can't even imagine. imagine.
Yeah, it's Kate McKinnon. She's got marker on her face, and her hair is cut poorly, and
Oh
and she
my
does the red
gosh.
pill, blue pill thing, but with
my sister
Birkenstocks and
My sister wrote poop across her Barbie's forehead. she was like 4.
That's impressive because those are small heads. How did you get all 4 letters on there?
Penmanship.
family of artists.
Artist household. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to work. It looks like it's going to be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And
It's all because you boys have had your movies. You get your Transformers.
When are we
you
going to
got
get
your
a G.I. Joe?
Battleship, You got your G.I. Joes.
Oh,
Us
Get our My
girls,
Dinner with Andre.
we get our fun, highbrow Barbie movie that we've been
I'm
waiting
really
decades for.
I'm really looking forward to this. It's you got a new single by Dua Lipa in the trailer.
I love my Dua Lipa.
I think it's gonna
Dua
be
Lipa's in the movie as a mermaid.
Dua Lipa.
Oh,
Now, they also announced the Barbie movie soundtrack, Barbie the Album, produced by Mark Ronson, who knows his stuff. Set to release through Atlantic as soon as the movie opens. You've got Lizzo, Nicki Minaj, Karol G, Khalid, Ice Spice, Charlie XCX, Haim, the Kid Laroi.
I believe it's Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj doing a cover of Barbie Girl by Aqua.
I hope.
Wow.
yeah. I've heard of snippets of it, and they're already on the right track.
Ava Max and Dance the Night from Dua Lipa. Also,
Ryan Gosling also has a song on the soundtrack.
He's got a song on the soundtrack.
Honestly, Carrie, I loved you reading the list of who's on that soundtrack because it also sounded like you were reading out prescriptions. Like
Lizzo, Dua Lipa, Khalid, Nicki Minaj.
please take your Karol G.
Yes, and
If you
5
if you
milligrams of Haim.
find an uncomfortable discharge after too much.
Have you read about what they're calling the reverse Leto that Margot Robbie did on the set? Every day she would leave Ryan Gosling a pink wrapped gift on his trailer doorstep. Unlike Jared Leto, who would send dead animals and full condoms to everybody.
Yes, that's right.
How full?
Oh, he's so cool. I hope his career lasts forever. Nope.
Tony.
July 21st is when the movie hits.
Tony.
What?
Tony.
It's a legitimate question.
Tony. Tony.
Were they
You can
magnums?
Google it. I'm not Googling that.
Yeah.
I'll Google a lot of stuff, but I will not Google that.
Wow. She has a line.
It's the fact that there was like a split second of silence, and you just came from you brought
He
up.
didn't even hesitate.
Yeah. How full? Why did your voice get like 10 tones? How full?
It's I had a question.
And if you like that kind of content, be sure to subscribe to our Patreon for our after party show, where we relax a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
And we don't ask questions about how full the condoms were that Jared Leto was sending everybody.
Are you kidding me? That's the only thing we ask.
That'll be the first subject that comes up, I'm sure.
I wonder if he pulled like a condom from Yellow Jackets where he couldn't perform, so he had to use lotion.
Geekshowgotthiscovered.com
Nice reference.
is the website that'll take you to our Patreon. You can subscribe and get the after party show live right after we do this show. And also other content as well. And don't forget our anniversary movie, Saturday Matinee, on the 10th of next month, June.
Oh, sorry, Carrie, I can't make it.
Oh?
No, I went to
Your camera
Guam.
doesn't work.
I went to Guam and then like 4 other exotic locations, and now I have like 5 different types of COVID.
Oh, really? Okay.
No,
He's
Don't
got
try to be
COVID.
cool like-
He's got COVIDs 1 through 18.
I was just trying to be cool like Carrie, going
Quit.
to Hawaii and getting COVID.
Quit hogging all the COVID. Come share it with us.
Yeah, June 10th at Broovies in Salt Lake City.
I'm suddenly busy.
Doors at 11:30.
Busy?
Podcast starts at noon, and the movie starts shortly afterward. It's Iron Man, because that was released the same year that this show in podcast form was released.
Yay!
All right. The Spooky Time Club has a project to look forward to here. It's a scary movie. We got casting. Catherine Newton, Angus Cloud, and Will Catlett have jumped on board a monster thriller from the people who did Scream V1.
6.
Thank you. Why do we have Roman
I
numerals?
was, you had me. I was like V1. Is that the first one?
Why do we have
Scream
Roman
Vi. Scream Vi.
Scream by.
Okay, yeah, you got me. Well played.
They're joining Melissa Barrera, Alicia Weir, and it's directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett.
What is it called?
That's the thing. We don't know.
I wonder if she's going to get to play a grown-up finally.
That would be a nice change.
She's 42 years old. She's been playing teenagers for like 28 years now.
Right now, its production name is Radio Silence. Oh no, that's the filmmaker duo, Radio Silence. Never mind. I think this is the one that they're calling Dracula's Daughter.
Oh.
But the reason I brought it up is because Angus Cloud. This will be interesting for me anyway, because he plays Fezco.
But he doesn't like do any other acting, right?
That's the thing. And I want to see if he can do anything besides that dumb character he plays on Euphoria.
I have bad news for you.
About how Euphoria was delayed till 2025.
No,
25?
I looked through about 500 pictures of this guy. This is his only facial expression.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's got the one look.
That's it. That's it.
What's crazy is one of the people I'm on assignment with looks dead like he's a dead ringer for this guy.
Confess.
This guy is literally Velveeta on saltines.
Oh yes,
Hey.
I don't have to be that anymore. He can take over that responsibility.
He's got you covered, Tony.
Good.
He's doing the heavy lifting. But yeah, that project was called Dracula's Daughter for a while, and then they removed that title, maybe because they didn't want us to know it was about Dracula's daughter.
Just kidding. That's not it.
Because they're aware that there's like so many Dracula movies coming out.
Could be.
Like, let's
could
not
be.
saturate the market just yet.
More casting that we got. Yeah, they're making another Mortal Kombat movie. You remember that one?
I was confused about this.
Why?
No, I'm thinking of the game. They just announced a new game too, a new Mortal Kombat game as well.
Yeah, this is the original. I think it was on Netflix. Was where I saw the first one. But they've done some more casting for it. Now we've got. Let's see. I know Carl Urban is in it.
Yep.
Carl Urban is Johnny Cage. Yeah. Tati Gabrielle is Jade.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have now cast Adeline Rudolph as Katana.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
And
Now-
she's from The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
And so is Gabrielle, actually.
Couple of
Now-
Sabrina alum.
Isn't Katana the one that has the face mask, and when she takes it off, it's like
No, that's
a lot
Mylena.
of teeth? Oh, that's Mylena. Okay, yeah.
Casual.
Duh.
Yeah.
What can I say? You
I
know.
had to do a little research on Katana and
Oh, I'm
found out
such a loser.
all about that, yes.
I only played the first Mortal Kombat, so I don't know anybody.
Well, and it's funny because Katana first appeared in the game Mortal Kombat 2. That was where she first appeared.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense that she's in Mortal Kombat 2.
I love this.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the first one was all right. I didn't hate it.
The
That's a
first
word
one
for
from
it.
like 2000 or 1999?
No,
no.
2020. The one from
Yeah,
2020.
the one that came out in
Oh.
2020 was
Okay.
wasn't bad.
I haven't watched that one yet.
So you know
That's
what's
your
worse?
assignment.
Okay, I'll watch
You know
it.
what was the worst thing about the first Mortal Kombat on PlayStation?
What?
Like you sit there and do the undefeated in a certain mode until you unlock Pong, and you're all excited because you unlock Pong, and then you realize you unlock Pong.
It's just
That's not how
Pong.
it
It's
goes.
just Pong. Now here's the weirdest casting. And I hope that it's not just a voice. I hope that he's actually in this because you got the Minecraft movie, Jason Momoa, right? We've been telling you about that.
Let's get it.
They've added Matt Berry to the cast.
Oh, awesome. Who's he playing?
wow.
It
The
does not
Fortnite.
say.
That's good because Minecraft only has one person. And so this will be a surprise. There'll
Yeah.
be two
See the
people.
ghouls, the little ghouly guys.
The creepers, I think they're called. Something? I don't know.
Could be. I mean, what it's about, we don't know. Who he's playing, we don't know. I hope that they're live on screen together, frankly. Or maybe they're... Oh, wouldn't it be great if they were brothers? They were playing brothers.
That would be great. Because you got this guy, obviously, look at him, look at his face, and then look at his physique, and then there's Momoa. I mean,
Whoa, brothers.
Respectfully.
They're brothers.
Yeah. I looked for a long time to find that picture for you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's for me too.
It's for everybody.
It's for everybody. Yeah.
Jason Momoa doesn't discriminate at who looks at him.
If I got a tattoo on my arm, I'd look just like that.
Sure. Local Boy Made Good. Jared Hess is directing it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Napoleon Dynamite, of course, is what he's known for, but he's a local. And we'll see. Matt Berry and What We Do in the Shadows.
I was not. I didn't care about this movie until hearing about this news today. No.
Well, I wonder if it's going to be filmed in New York City. All right.
Oh wow.
When the steam cleared, it was just chaps, and I didn't mind.
And then there's this. This happened last week, and I didn't see a lot of notice because we had Tina Turner, we had a lot of big famous people, but Ray Stevenson. This is really tragic. 58. We still don't know what he died of. He died in his home, apparently.
He rocked RRR so hard that it knocked 40 years off his life expectancy.
Could be.
Yeah.
But he was the villain in RRR. He's going to be in the new Ahsoka TV series as Balin Skoll.
He was
a Punisher?
Technically third Punisher.
Yeah.
He was the
this alpha.
Yeah.
I think Ray Stevenson is actually the second best Punisher.
I agree.
Next to John Bernthal. John Bernthal, I think, was the best.
He was in Warzone, right?
Punisher Warzone, yes. Which is
Punisher Warzone.
It's an unnoticed gem, that movie, because
it's so Euro trash that gets
exactly.
It'll kind of smack you around a little bit, but it's fun.
It's fun, and the guy who's playing Jigsaw is having fun playing Jigsaw.
Yes, well, that's the dude from Green Mile. He.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so
he was just great.
You get to see Punisher rocket launcher a guy in half.
Tom Hanks is in this movie?
Yeah, and a mouse.
Huh. Yes.
But yeah, he was also in G.I. Joe. He was in The Book of Eli. He was in the other guys. He was, of course, Volstagg, Thor's buddy Volstagg in the Thor movies. And, raise a glass for Ray Stevenson.
Wait, that's all we raising the glass to?
Well, Tina Turner, we can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mad Max Thunderdome. Come on,
Wade Boggs too. Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs,
the baseball guy, died this week.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Tina Turner, Wade Boggs, and Ray Stevenson.
Simply the best. R.I.P. Tina Turner, 83 years old. So much that she has given to music.
Yes, on that HBO Max documentary. Go and watch that. You'll learn a lot. There were people at the station who knew nothing about Tina Turner, and I'm telling them, she taught Mick Jagger how to dance, and they're like, what?
Yeah. Also, you need to hear her version of Proud Mary.
Yes.
And then go sleep on that for a while and realize how good her version of Proud Mary is.
Exactly. And John Fogerty said that he was thrilled that she took that song and did what she did with it.
It was some of the people I'm on assignment with. I'm the senior person in the room, and so when I found out Tina Turner had passed, I was like, Tina Turner passed, and there were about half the people in the room that were like, "What's a Tina Turner?" And
really?
Yeah, because they are just younger. They are younger.
Yeah.
They are younger people on assignment. And I was like, think of your favorite pop star, your female pop star, and the perform. Think of Beyonce before Beyonce. Think of T Swift before T Swift.
Beyonce canceled a show because she was so upset.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Dr. White said it perfectly. Tina Turner took any song and made it hers. I completely forgot about Fogerty. Honestly, I was just like,
absolutely. You forget about Fogerty. Craziness.
Just in general.
So, no disrespect to Ray Stevenson. Sorry for your loss, but Tina Turner. Yeah.
I read a story about her on the day she passed with her in the interview with Mike Wallace. Mm-hmm. Did you guys ever read about that?
Oh yeah.
That was wild.
Great line.
She ripped him a new one in the middle of the interview, and you can tell the difference between how he acts in the first half of the interview and how he acts in the second half of the interview.
Yep.
Is pretty awesome.
You got him some straightening. You got him some
Yeah,
straightening. That's what happens.
the line that I recall is, they're at her house in Switzerland. And it's just fabulous, and it's looking out over this beautiful vista. And he says, "Do you think you deserve this?"
Yeah, can you believe that?
And I'm like, first of all, I don't think he'd ask Elvis that or anything.
Exactly.
Do you think you deserve this?
Wild.
And she said, "Oh, honey, I think I deserve more." And I think that's when she started on him.
Yeah, she basically cut the interview halfway through, and you could tell there was off-screen dialogue that happened because when the interview starts again, like the second half of the interview, he's completely different.
Who the hell do you think you are?
The way men interview famous women, especially women of color. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's cringe.
Yep, very cringe.
well, same thing like having like Brie Larson's a white woman, but like at Cannes last week, they kept like there was one press junket where somebody said, "Do you think Marvel movies should be screened at Cannes?" And she's like, "I only know my perspective, and I've never curated a film festival before." And then later, somebody asked what they thought about Johnny Depp's film premiering at the same festival, and she's like, "I don't understand why you're asking me that."
Yeah.
Good. Answer more like this, the stupid questions. All right, let's get to the business of show now. Of course, the writer strike is still going on. And there was a big rally last night that all the other unions in Hollywood showed up, except the Directors Guild. They sat that one out. So, yeah.
Fascinating.
But it's just more shows, a list of more shows that have been put on hold because of the writer strike. The Thunderbolts movie and the Wonder Man TV series, both put on hold because of the writer strike. Some time ago, Daredevil, Born Again, shut down. Blade shut down. I mean,
Poor Blade's never gonna get made.
I wonder.
No, I really want that one to get made too.
So far, the projects that are going forward are Captain America: New World Order, Deadpool 3, and Agatha: Coven of Chaos. They are still in production.
Well, and I read, though, that specifically about Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds is not allowed to improvise any of
He's
his
part of the
lines.
WGA.
He has to read the line or deliver the lines as they are written.
Oh, that's where I heard it.
Yeah, he can't do any ad-libbing right now.
If only they would just not do the movies.
Yes.
Or better yet, pay the writers.
There we
Fine.
go. That's the one. Pay the writers.
Use some of that soccer money and just I mean,
some of that aviation gin money.
Yeah, or that Mint
Mobile.
Mobile. Or whatever. Yeah. That's not partnered with T-Mobile. Whatever. You come on, man. You got ducats. Like,
you got ducats. I'm gonna.
Well,
use
no,
that.
I mean it's not on him. It's on the production companies to pay the writers. They figure out this streaming thing.
They really got to figure this out.
I mean, now on the other side of that, we were talking last week about how shows keep getting pulled from services. There was a list of all those shows that were pulled off of Hulu and Disney Plus and all that. Well, we have access to entertainment lawyers.
Access.
And they kind of explained to us about streamers pulling content. So let me just read this really quick. It kind of explains it. The mechanics are interesting here. First, many seem to think that the artist residuals are the cause of the purge. That's not necessarily the case. Residuals make up a real but relatively small part of the cost of putting shows and movies on streamers, such a small part, in fact, that the Writers Guild is on strike to improve them. The major costs are the license fees, which must be paid by the distributor, so that's Disney Plus, Hulu, or whoever it is, to the owner of the content. So we may think that these shows are just sitting on a service waiting to be discovered at 3 a.m. by your stoned cousin, but sitting on a streamer is the same thing from a licensing perspective as if the show were being syndicated on TBS or sold to a foreign territory. Disney Plus is an exhibition and fees must be paid. That's the case even if the owner of the content is also Disney or an affiliate, and which must at least pretend to engage in arm's length transaction. The way it works is the Disney people look at the library, figure out what's not performing. In this case, it's Disney. And he says, trust me, some of these shows are literally being watched by nobody. They yank it off the service, take an impairment charge. cost of entertainment product is typically paid up front but amortized over time. Yet when you take an impairment on an asset, you can write off the cost today, meaning that you're saying this is not worthy of the money that we paid.
Well, that's like an instant tax write-off right there.
Yeah. So if it's a Disney Plus show, like say the Willow series from Lucasfilm, or whatever the heck Encore was, Disney Plus won't have to carry that ongoing burden. The downside is that once you take the impairment charge, you can't put that asset back on Disney Plus again. It's gone for at least for the full impairment period. But it's not necessarily a total loss. When you impair an asset like a TV show, then you look at what value you might be able to gain from other sources, electronic sell-through platforms like purchases on Amazon or Apple TV, a FAST channel, which is free ad-supported streaming like Pluto TV or Tubi. Maybe Netflix or Amazon will buy it, etc. If you find a buyer, you subtract what you've earned from there from the write-off, and the content lives on somewhere. If not, it disappears. Anyway,
so they can get tax write-off for the loss, but then also sell it and make money on top of that if they find a buyer.
Exactly.
And it's also how Carrie's been able to use me as an impairment write-off for 15 years.
Exactly.
I see.
So I know that was a little lawyerly, but there you go. You learn a little something on the show.
Whether you like it or not.
I didn't consent to learning.
I'm sorry. Finally, this. There is a huge historic prop auction happening very soon. Over 1,400 items will be sold over 3 days.
Oh, someone let Brandon Fugel know if he hasn't been alerted already.
Somebody, please.
That guy has a massive collection.
From June 28th to June 30th in L.A. The first day will feature in-room bidding open to the public at the Peterson Automotive Museum. Online and telephone bids can be placed across the whole event. Now, the holy grail of the collection is right there, as you can see it on our YouTube. Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia dress from the original Star Wars movie. It was used in the final scene where she puts the medals on Han and Luke and ignores Chewbacca.
And not Chewie, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
dress.
that was one of Counselor Troy's outfits from Star Trek.
No, hers were usually purple, some sort of pastel,
Man, I seen this joint at Target.
and lower cut.
And lower cut, that's true.
Also at this, Tony, the hammer used to escape prison in Shawshank, the one that Tim Robbins used.
You too could break out of Shawshank.
There you go.
I wonder if I can get it for all the money in my pocket.
The Batpod motorcycle from The Dark Knight.
Ooh, that's cool.
Star-Lord's mask, his helmet.
That's where it was in the third movie, everybody. Why he didn't wear it.
Spoiler alert, some of us on this panel haven't seen it yet.
It broke at the end of 2.
Is it?
All right.
Is it?
Oh,
Is it
that's
out?
right.
Is it out?
It's
The movie?
Number 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
I'm hoping to go see it in a week or so. I got excited about the Batpod, but then I realized it's not the actual one that you can drive. It's the
Just a model.
it's just it's one you can sit on.
Yeah. For
Not as
show
much
use
fun.
Yeah.
only.
Not as much.
What show is it where the person, is it the other two where somebody has a motorcycle turned into a toilet?
What?
Excuse me?
Think of how long
I
you could
feel like I want to
ride.
say it's from the other two. And in the bathroom, there's a motorcycle just in the middle of the bathroom, and I think it's just to sit on.
The
You can cover up those toilet noises with engine revs.
the Star-Lord light-up helmet is actually pretty cool because it actually works. It's
You can breathe in
labeled.
space with it.
Yeah, sure. It lights up and everything. It's marked Hero 3, and it's got a 9-volt battery power switch that lights up the lenses.
That's cool.
Oh.
And
I mean,
they're-
that's-
yeah. And anyway, so it's just going to be interesting to see how much Princess Leia's dress goes for. The spider head from the Thing,
Oh, geez.
John Carpenter's The Thing, is going to be up for auction.
At least it's not one of the dogs, because no.
Yeah.
But it looks like Charles Hallahan. Let's see. Other items. This one will give you nightmares. The evil clown doll from Poltergeist.
Why?
Oh, no thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, I hate it.
The let's see, a sinking coat worn by Kate Winslet in Titanic.
What is it sinking about?
I think it's.
Oh, it's that big coat that she wears at the end that she got from what's his name? Billy Zane.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You
so
got it from the Phantom?
Did you
that
hear
item
about
is
the?
for selfish women only.
Did you hear about the history of the Leia dress?
No.
Like it went
no.
into storage, and then it's only been worn once since. It's not specified whether it was Carrie Fisher or not, but someone wore it, whether it was her or someone else, wore it to a costume party after the movie sometime, and they had to restore the dress because of food, wine, and blood stains on it.
Wow.
Hell yeah, that sounds like a cool party.
Busy night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
dude.
That
kind
sounds
of
like
tells me it sounds like a Carrie Fisher party.
I was going to say yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably
I'm
on
into
Paul Simon's yacht on the Nile, and
Probably. One of Harrison Ford's costumes from Blade Runner is going to be there.
cool jacket.
Yeah. Tony, the hammer from Shawshank is looking to fetch about $100,000. So I'm sorry.
That is more money than I have in my pocket.
You've got a Jason Voorhees hockey mask.
Ooh, that'd be kind of cool.
You can get those at
the
Spirit Halloween
cracked-
store.
Yeah, the cracked Mjolnir hammer used by Natalie Portman in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
That's a modern prop. That's cool.
So lots of stuff.
You just know some jerk out there is going to buy that and be like, "No, I'm not cosplaying. This is actually a movie prop. It's accurate. I am Thor."
I am worthy. See?
Yeah.
All right. There's all the news that I have. Let's get to what you consumed this week. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Bring mine up.
I saw The Little Mermaid last night.
Yes.
If you like those live action from cartoon Disney movies, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't like
Anything-
really any of those personally, so I'm not a very good,
What are
No,
your thoughts on the original
but-
Little Mermaid?
Oh, I liked the original Little Mermaid. I thought it was fine. I mean, I watched it a lot when I was like 8 or whatever. But
I talked to somebody who saw it and said that Halle Bailey is amazing.
Yeah, she did
she's
great.
great in it.
the Prince guy was fine. He did fine.
Apparently, even though we cast Melissa McCarthy in the role of Ursula, and she did pretty good, it's
Yeah.
hard to beat the original Pat Carroll.
It's true.
Who did the voice for the original
They
movie?
should have got Lizzo. So many of us,
Oh, that
including
would've been
Lizzo, wanted to be
awesome.
Ursula.
Oh, I didn't even think. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would've
Even
been
Queen
so good.
Latifah did a good job too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Anyway.
yeah, it's one of those hey, we got an IP here, let's make it live action and make a whole bunch more money and yeah, I mean it was fine.
And for those of you who are complaining that it's not following the story accurately, listen, the original story, she dies in the end,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, she turns to
Yeah, yeah.
sea foam and returns to the sea.
I can't
So-
roll my eyes hard enough at those people.
Yeah, so don't even get me started on that. All right.
Yeah, don't even.
Continue, Tony.
Let's
sorry.
see. Saw Fast X as well. Just
Tony and I went to church. Tony, Mike, and I, and our significant others all went to church, and we went to go see Fast X.
Oh, good.
And just refer to Rebecca's review last week on it because that's all you need to know. It's what did you say? It's terrible. 5 out of 5.
Yeah, if I was a film professor, I would give it a D. But great stuff.
amazing.
5 out of 5.
Yep, right there. Yep,
Amazing.
I'm on board with that.
Jason Momoa is the Joker in a genie's clothes.
Yeah. Oh no, he was by far easily the best part of the movie. So
I never thought I'd hear that sentence, but
Imagine you're in the movie where Jason Momoa outacts everybody.
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
maybe someone just needed to give him more leeway to do whatever he wanted. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what he doesn't have enough freedom. That's what's
yeah, he
holding
needed
him
more
back.
freedom.
Yep.
And then Sweet Tooth season 2 has been really cool so far. We've been
Oh yeah,
watching that.
I need to start that.
Really enjoyable.
I canceled my Netflix.
You did it at the wrong time.
Yep.
And then
Well, no,
good.
now Netflix has started charging you for other profiles. Like
Yeah.
they are
No,
doing
not-
that thing now.
not just other profiles. Other profiles they decide are not in your
At your
house.
house. Yeah.
So Lee, I see your face. That's very nice.
See how long it lasts.
Welcome back. Welcome.
And then what am I trying to say here? Diamond in the Rough, Fired on Mars on HBO Max. Give that a
just
shot.
Max.
Oh, right, on Max. It's a cartoon. The main character is voiced by Luke Wilson, and it starts off as kind of a weird situational comedy about having a desk job on Mars, on a colony on Mars. But then by the end of the season, it goes way into left field with rebellions and all these crazy things. So I liked it quite a bit. And then last but not least, it's Fubar Week, guys.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. It's Fubar
Tony's
Week.
been so excited for Fubar Week.
I'm savoring this one. So I've only watched the first 2 episodes this week. But I got to say,
Who's your
yeah.
daddy?
Yeah, buddy. I'm on board. One of the best lines comes 3 minutes into the movie. You hear Arnold Schwarzenegger say, "Oh, it smells like donkey ass down here." It's great. It definitely action comedy, but more emphasis on the comedy side. There's good action, but it's a funny show more than anything else.
I love what excites you.
I don't remember
this show.
I don't remember if I talked with you about this or not, Tony, but on the Conan O'Brien podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, he's been throwing in multiple parts because he helped write the Hans and Franz movie that didn't get made.
Okay.
Yes.
And so he's got the cast there. They're reading the script. They're doing a table read. But the best part might just be because Arnold was supposed to be in that movie as himself.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
And there's a lot of great Arnold stuff in there. But it's the guy who does the voice of Triumph, the insult comic dog, is reading the Arnold parts. So it sounds like Triumph doing Arnold. But if you're an Arnold fan, you'll go find that.
Yes, Zoth 77. That is a great line delivered by Arnold Schwarzenegger out of nowhere. So, yeah. Don't question.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go next because I did not watch much this week.
Okay.
I started this show on Apple TV called Platonic, starring Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. And as someone who I'm a female and most of my friends are male, so kind of nice to see a TV show reflecting a platonic male-female relationship. And like specifically, like it is about like the sexism that comes along with these types of relationships. So it's been really interesting to watch. And then I also watched the Brooke Shields documentary, Pretty Baby, on Hulu.
Sue watched that one too.
Well, what's so funny is I'm over here watching the original series, Star Trek, the original series, and getting big mad. Oh, getting big mad. And everybody warned me. Everybody was like, hey, so sorry in advance for all of the blatant sexism and sexual harassment. And I thought, I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh no, I'm so mad every episode. And
be listening for the Space Show coming soon.
And so I was like, I know what'll help me feel better is Pretty Baby, the Brooke Shields documentary. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about Brooke Shields. And impressed at how well-rounded she turned out.
Yes, it's a surprise that she survived.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
Real bad, yeah.
Yeah, just icky. Just icky.
You read about her or Drew Barrymore and their upbringing, and you know it's amazing. Either one of them can walk.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I watch behind-the-scenes clips of the Drew Barrymore show. We truly do not deserve Drew Barrymore. Like, I don't know how she did it, but she is just an angel gifted to us from above because she is so kind and well-rounded. It's but I learned a lot about Brooke Shields, and that's all.
Okay. Who's next? Jay, go ahead.
Like Rebecca, I didn't have time to consume a lot of stuff. The area that I'm staying with only has Showtime, and for the time being, which is fine, but the problem is the Showtime only goes out for so long. So I had to cop an iPad, so I got my shows coming back up on that. But so next week I'll be able to consume more content. But this week and the last week that I missed because I was on assignment, I watched Eddie Murphy's Raw. It hasn't aged well, but it still makes me laugh. It still really makes me laugh. And I saw a great documentary about Richard Pryor called "Throw Away the Logic," I believe. That you get some deep insight. I mean, we all know Richard Pryor was obviously a very troubled comedian.
Yes.
And growing up in a brothel and everything. But it's worth an hour and a half of your time to just check this out. Great documentary, and they go in depth on the relationship that him and Gene Wilder had, doing all the movies that they did together. It was, and you forget how many movies Richard Pryor actually did. And it's just some further insight, and then it gives details on his multiple marriages. That was fun to learn about that. I did not know Pryor was out there like that. And then I hopped on the Rebecca Frost bandwagon, and I decided to watch the Fast and the Furious movies.
Jay Whittaker, welcome to church, baby.
Yeah, I've already seen at least 8 of them, and so, but I'm starting from the beginning. I love.
If you have any questions, I have all the answers.
No, well, I still, there was about a few weeks ago there was that, when did Fast and Furious abandon reality? It's not that it has nothing to do with the cars or anything. It is the moment when Paul Walker says in Too Fast, Too Furious, "Forget about it, cuz," and like that is it. I can't even do it the way that he
suspended reality. Not when they drove a car off a dock into a yacht.
Nah, it's when we have a guy, rest in peace, but when we have a Pax Sunwear model look like throwing out Crips jargon.
Can I just play you my favorite line from any Fast and Furious movie? Just right here.
What's up with this fool? What is he, sandwich crazy?
There you go.
Sandwich crazy.
Hey, we had a guy go sandwich crazy on this very show about 12 years ago.
Exactly.
And then so I saw Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon. Has anyone seen this, Jim?
No.
This is a hidden gem with I'm gonna totally mess her name up.
Just look at my face, Jay, and ask me if I've seen that movie. Just look at my face and ask me.
No, I'm not.
Well,
it's Kate Hudson, Ed Skrein, who played Francis Deadpool, and Craig Robinson, and then we get Jung Se-jo. Or I apologize for messing her name up. I've seen her in. She was in Money Heist. That's what I. But
wait, what's the name of this?
It's called Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon. It's about John Jung Se. I apologize if I'm butchering her name, but she plays a person that wakes up in a mental institution, and she has all these powers, and she's running around New Orleans with Bonnie Bell, who is Kate Hudson, like a New Orleans stripper, and it's pretty good. Like I really enjoyed it. It's got all the elements. It takes place in New Orleans, which I love. And then I watch a bunch of classic movies. The Untouchables, Casino, a lot of cursing, a lot of Italians. Good times. Good times. And also shout out to the old black dude at the gym today that was just talking shit to everybody, and he just said, "You better pick them things up." I bet if it was some ass, you'd pick that shit up.
He's just motivating.
I saw that tweet from you this morning.
Motivating.
He's a motivational speaker.
I don't even know if he worked there. I don't even know if
they should give him a job there, I think.
I'm telling you, I've picked them things up, man.
All right. Lee, what did you consume?
Shirt.
This list.
There we go.
Hell yeah. Hey, I want that shirt. Oh, is that the one you got for me?
Yeah.
He's breaking it in
for Rebecca. She can't see him.
He's making it comfortable for you.
All right. So we got a puppy, which means there's a lot of time running around chasing this puppy, and then the puppy crashes, and so you're like, okay, I've got maybe an hour to do something, and I'm exhausted from chasing this puppy. So I've been catching up on some stuff. Finally watched Blade Runner 2049 for the second time.
Good movie.
But without the people in my house who didn't like it, so that I could actually, get my own opinion about it.
And
it's a great movie.
okay.
Yeah. So the center seat, 55 years of Star Trek, finally got to the animated series episode, and it's good stuff. I actually went back and watched a couple of the episodes. I don't remember the Spock as a child origin story that they actually based so much of Spock's later history off of. Also caused me to go down a little bit of a fun little Trek chronology thing. So the final episode of the original series was 1969. The motion picture was 1979, but chronologically, movie time, they're only 4 years apart.
Yep.
Which is wild. But Wrath of Khan is 12 years later, even though the movie was made 3 years later. Strange things that you experience. Ant-Man Quantumania. That movie is 80% of an amazing movie and 20% of a crappy MODOK movie. And if you're gonna put MODOK in your movie, you have to do the same drugs that Jack Kirby did when he drew MODOK, and you need to make him scary. He can't be comedy relief. Otherwise,
but remember, because it's the multiverse, he's a MODOK.
Yeah,
he's
could be a different MODOK.
He's the silly one.
The comedy relief does work though for MODOK if you go watch the Patton Oswalt animated show.
But he's the center of that. And then I ended up sitting down and actually workshopping. It's one of my favorite things to do when I find a movie that works mostly and then something really digs at me, is figure out what you could do to make it different. And I realized, what if MODOK had actually been the villain in the movie? No taking nothing from Jonathan Majors and his Kang, but if they'd gone to the multiverse and the whole thing was that an AIM scientist was stuck there and became MODOK, and then you have the weirdness and you have the brain bolts and all that other stuff that he does and the insanity that comes with it. And so I headcanoned a different movie out of that. So,
well, I think I agree with you because Kang was too big of a villain for this movie, if you ask me. I feel like he was wasted a little bit.
He's an Avengers movie villain.
Exactly.
Sure.
And MODOK would have been, I think, a great choice for the bad guy, the main bad guy.
You can one and done MODOK, and I was just thinking of some like really good comedians that could have played sinister MODOK but still been funny against Paul Rudd. And yeah, there's some people that would have fit that bill perfectly. Yellow Jackets had its Yellow Jackets season 2 finale. Great to see how well barbecue can bring people together. Ted Lasso. Thanks for making me cry, you jerks.
I know, right?
Yeah, the funeral episode of Succession. Really, if you just want to see terrible people being terrible, and if you folks out there who are really fixating and idolizing any of the Roy family, need to get your life fixed.
Exactly.
And that's what I say to anyone that idolizes Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. It's like, no, he's a terrible person.
Exactly.
Funny to watch, but not a good role model.
What you were idolizing is the freedom of sociopathy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is not freedom. That is a prison.
Although the one member of the Roy family to look up to has a pretty big speech in that episode. And that's Farmer Hoggett. Why can't I remember his name?
Oh, Cousin Greg's grandpa.
Cousin Greg's grandpa.
It's not Colin, is it? No. Anyway.
Zephram Cochrane. It was Zephram Cochrane.
Yeah.
I mean, he spells it out. You know,
he really does. He really
these
does.
These are terrible people.
Yep.
I finally finished Andor, and it's really good Star Wars. And
Bruce, pretty good.
Well, it's funny,
bro.
Pretty good stuff.
Here's what I want to say to all of the Andor fanboys: slow your roll just a little bit, because what you're doing.
I will not.
No, respectfully, you've had a year.
Well, let's hear it. Explain.
So what has ended up happening is that the overwhelming enthusiasm about why people love Andor has actually kind of hurt Andor for people who didn't catch it on first run. Because the things that I kind of like about Star Wars, I had a lot of people saying, hey, you know what? It was so great not seeing that stuff in a Star Wars. I'm like, okay, well, cool.
But that's what I like.
Yeah,
I like space
wizards.
What
I like about Star Wars. So Andor was fantastic. It was really good. It was really, really well done. But, you know, maybe your sales pitch for Andor could be a little less, I'm going to shit all over everything else about Star Wars. That's not all of you. Most of you have been great about it. But I've had a few friends that were just like, yeah, it's so great to see Star Wars finally grow up and be mature. I was like, okay, cool. But anyway, that's just
me. Did you catch Marva dropping the F word instead of fight the what is it? Fight the Empire?
Yes.
Very clearly sounded like she said fight the Empire to me.
She
Well,
does say
yeah.
fight the Empire.
Yeah, that's
they,
what, that's what it was changed to.
they changed it to fight the Empire.
That's great. And then video games, I played an alpha of a free game that is on Steam called Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks. If you like crash 'em up, shoot 'em up, rally racing games with orcs screaming and yelling and heavy metal soundtrack, this is your game, and it's free.
Lee,
Steam
it is
right now.
pronounced Warhammer 40,000K. Thank you, sir.
40,000K. 40,000K. And if anybody feels bad about what I just said about Star Wars, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying that, we all come to these
He's
media
just saying,
that we
chill
love.
out.
Yeah, because I've had some people like really come down on a pulpit, and it's like, I'll preach Star Wars with the best of them, but this is sounding a little fanatical, buddy.
You know what's fun to do when they do that is to just walk away mid-sentence. It's really fun.
Turn around, walk away.
I've been doing it lately because, like, honestly, like Lee, I'm all about like I don't want to yuck anybody's job. Like, if you like what you like, but if you come down from your pulpit, watch me exit expeditiously. I'm gone, baby.
Yep.
I like that. All right. Let's see. This week I've been catching up on a few things. I'm rewatching the original series so that Rebecca can yell at me about it on the Space Show.
Just so much sexual
Yeah,
harassment.
I'm going to be the whipping post for the original series.
If I was Janice, I would have quit a long time ago.
Don't think I'm going to defend these things, Rebecca.
I don't expect you to.
Also, I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 in preparation, emotionally, for when I get to 3.
You're not ready.
I'm not ready. I'm still not ready. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to watch. I got to watch the 2 Infinity War movies, and then I'm going to watch the holiday special. Then I'll be ready.
Dang, oh my God.
Wanda Sykes has a new special on Netflix, which is excellent. I keep forgetting what a great stand-up she is, because I see her in movies and stuff.
Wanda Sykes is amazing.
She is amazing, and this is a very good special.
I listened to an interview with her on NPR last week. It was really good.
Yeah, it's on. That's on Netflix.
And then you get NPR down in Utah County.
Can you believe it?
They have it shipped directly in. It
worms its way
on the FM station.
Yep, it worms its way through, and I grab it out of the air. And
signal. They tried to block the signal, but
you have to log in with a VPN to not get caught out.
Exactly.
To listen to NPR and watch Pornhub.
Yeah, I live on the border too, so it's close enough.
Oh, close. Tune into the Salt Lake frequency.
And then a show I just started. I'm only 1 episode in, so I can't give it a full report. But I'm very, very encouraged by on Disney Plus. It's called American Born Chinese. This is based. It's based on a graphic novel from a long time ago, and they've updated it for current times. I'm intrigued so far. This is and apparently comic books play a big part in this character that the show is about. I'll let you know next week when I watch a few more episodes. Right now, just one episode in.
That's good to know, because right now the way it's being marketed, it's kind of being marketed like it's just a documentary about being Chinese American.
Oh no,
right.
that's part of it. It's part of being a Chinese American and that experience. That's at the base of the story, but it's not a documentary. It's Michelle Yeoh's in it, a whole bunch of actors, but so it's a story told through that. You get hints of that, but it's also a fantasy show.
Wait a minute. A fantasy show or a science fiction show trying to teach us things about the way reality.
Gross.
Oh, come on.
And it's
woke.
and it's got these Chinese, ancient Chinese gods who are part of the story. It's
that sounds
like I
cool.
said, I'm intrigued with the first episode so far, so I'll let you know next week. Games.
Yeah. So, as I predicted, wait for the reviews for Lord of the Rings Gollum. Last week I said.
What happened?
I hope you waited.
Man,
What happened?
IGN's review was
4 out of. They gave it a 4 out of 10.
And they were like, if you thought to yourself while watching the Lord of the Rings movies, boy, I sure want to watch Gollum, but only do the parts where he slinks around and sneaks up on things. And it has a really clunky stealth mechanic to boot. Like, it's really bad. So
it was so bad that it came out on Friday or Thursday, and the company that made it has already released an apology statement for how bad it is.
Big yikes. Big
And you know
yikes.
what? I don't mean to dump on the developers that worked on it. I'm sure they put a lot of hard work and everything into it, but it just was. That's just not it. You know.
wow.
So yeah. Just listen to me when I say things like wait for reviews. That's all
Just
I'm
listen
trying
to
say.
me.
Just listen to me.
Hear me now, believe me later.
Yeah. This week coming out, things to check reviews on before you buy is the System Shock remake is coming out. Now, so far, that one has looked pretty great in the previews. System Shock was a game that came out, I think, in the early 90s, and it was the first or one of the first kind of first-person RPGs where it takes place in a science fiction setting on a space station, and it was the precursor to games like BioShock, BioShock 2, BioShock Infinite, same folks and whatnot that worked on those. But this is a full from the ground up remake from a good studio, Night Dive Studios. They've done a lot of good work, a lot of great remakes of older games, so I'm expecting it to be good, but watch the reviews just in case before you decide to spend your hard-earned ducats on that.
Ducats, baby.
Tony again with the ducats.
Yeah, Jay said it first, and I like it. I'm going with it.
Ducats.
Poly Bridge 3 is coming out. If you like building bridges,
I
Like
like
metaphorically or
bridges.
physically?
I think physically. Yeah.
Oh, then no, thank you.
And,
Tell me when that bridge burning game comes out. That's what I want to play.
Poly Bridge Burner 3. Let's see, another game called Friends versus Friends.
That's every game.
We call that Star Wars debate.
So you choose your fighter, Ross and Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Yeah, or Monica, whichever.
Yep.
And then she's
Phoebe
the
does
dark
have the
horse
street
candidate.
smarts.
She's the dark
She's got the
horse
street
candidate
smarts.
right there. Yeah, you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden she comes in and wins.
Let them fight.
And this week also, Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection on PC and Switch. If you're into the Etrian Odyssey games,
Man, am I ever.
yep. Super Mega Baseball coming out on everything. Super Mega Baseball 4, I mean specifically. And We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie is out on everything. So if you like the soothing adventures of rolling a ball that collects everything up as you go that is smaller than it, that's your jam right there. And then last but not least, we got Street Fighter 6 coming out this week. So if you like the Street Fighter games, if you like the fighting games, that's right up your alley. And I've been seeing good things.
What platforms is that going to be on?
Street Fighter 6 is coming out on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and all the Xboxes.
Let's get it, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Tony, I finished the Marvel Spider-Man game.
You did? Oh.
I did. I finally finished it. Hey, listen, Andrew had to come and do the hard boss fight because there
okay.
was I was on friendly neighborhood setting, but like even then I'm like, there's no way I can do this. So my husband had to come and do it.
Did you see the look on Carrie's face when you mentioned that? Because I swear I saw the look of, can I rent your husband?
Yes, because I only got partway through. Anyway.
It was hard.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because also Sony showed off about 10 minutes of Spider-Man
That's
2.
why I had to finish it.
Oh man,
Looks
that
great.
game looks fantastic.
Looks great.
Also,
Cannot
boy,
wait
did I
for it.
cry. I cried
Yeah.
at the
Have
end
you-
of that game.
Did you do the Miles Morales expansion yet for
So,
it?
well, I have the Miles Morales game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've played that already.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, I
you've
got the
completed
cat.
it.
Don't you worry. Yeah, I got the cat.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
All right.
No, those Spider-Man games from Insomniac.
They're so much fun.
So great.
Couple of things before I know Egg is still here, our friend Egg Fu, who is our Transformers expert. I'm reading good reviews about this new Transformers movie.
That's good.
So
That's what they're
Is it good so
saying.
far?
That's what they're saying.
I just don't understand the timeline still on it. It takes place in the 90s?
there's a few people.
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
did you see the Twin Towers? They've got the Twin Towers in there.
And they transform into a really cool robot.
Dude.
But yeah, I'm people that I respect are saying this is actually good. So
Yeah.
anyway, there you go. Who will go with me to see it? Somebody will.
Egg, I'll
Egg.
go with you.
I'll go, baby, you know I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go.
Call Rebecca.
Egg Foo's moving soon, so everybody should go see that movie with them.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
it's
true.
like your last chance to get Egg Foo action. We're gonna fill up a theater with the Egg Foo Appreciation Society, and we'll watch Transformer.
The
I think
EFAS.
That's a
I
great
need 10.
idea.
I need $10 so I can go see a Transformer.
All right. And then the other thing is, remember, it's June 10th, our Saturday matinee. It's Iron Man, the original Iron Man movie.
Bill Ironman.
Phil Ironman. We'll be screening that at Broovies. Doors at 11:30. Podcast at noon. Movie starts at around 1. And it's pay what you want. So join us for that. That's on the
Pack
10th.
the house.
10th of June. All right, I think we're good. Let's now all head over
good.
to the after party.
Real good.
It's
after party
it's
time.
the Patreon only after party.
Yep.
So
We're gonna
let's
take a 5-minute potty break, and we'll see you there.
all right. So live long and prosper, bitches, for the culture.
That's right.
House, baby. House, baby.